Alright y'all, what's up? This is the very first episode of
the show.
Because, it's a show. And we
want you to watch it like you do
so
any other show. So why not call it
The Show? So, I'm your host, Merwin Brown,
and
co-host
Kimberly.
And
you don't need to know my last name.
Okay. So we decided to start this off, it's a new year. Happy New Year to everybody. It's an election this year. The 2012 presidential election. One of the most important elections in the United States. And we got some issues. Because if you can't tell by now, we Obama supporters. And Kim, I know I told you to wear your shirt. So, we can rep for Obama because that's our homeboy. I just want you to know that I got my shirt too. So I'm going to show you right now.
The unveiling.
I ain't have time to go get a shirt. So
hold on, this is my first time seeing it. Leave
Obama alone.
You see that?
Frowny face.
Yeah, this is how we feel right now.
Yeah. We want you to leave him alone. So let's go. Let's talk about President Obama. First of all, you had a record amount of people go out and vote for this guy. Like, it was all over the news. It was like one of the greatest triumphs in United States history. We got...
Oh, not to mention everybody riding around bumping the Jeezy song, My President is Black, and my Lambo blue with all that good stuff.
Oh, they did that.
Yeah,
that song was like... It shot Young Jeezy back up to the top. The song was already a hit, but it boosted it back up. But then, after that, after all the hoopla died down and everything, the haters came out the woodworks, in droves. And they've been dogging this cat out from everything to his healthcare plan to, his handling of the budget, which we trillions and trillions of dollars in debt.
Right. For a war that we were in for 10 years.
Okay, that Obama didn't start it. Who started it? We're going to talk about all that. But first of all, we're going to talk about this. First off, in the tabloids, all over the news, everybody want to know, is Obama a legitimate United States citizen?
Right. It's a debate about where he's from. Where are you from? Who are you? Like, just because this man, his dad was from Africa. Okay. Didn't everybody pretty much are descendants from Africa? Just because he's half African and half white, he's a true mixed person, pretty much. Mixed with a black man and a white woman who happens to be from Hawaii. He was born in America, wasn't he?
He was.
Born in Hawaii, which is a state. So of course that is, I would consider him a United citizen, States of America citizen, or whatever you want to call him. But regardless of that, if he wasn't, he wouldn't have even been considered. Like, this is what boggles me, is like, oh, now that he's president, we trying to put all of this up for debate. He wouldn't have even been considered for the job. Like, I'm pretty sure the job applications for the United States of America, the president, isn't the same as application you would put in for like McDonald's, where you just check off whether you black, white, non-Hispanic, or whatever. That's not something
put
you just...
your references down.
Right. Just 3 people or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more extensive, and he wouldn't have even been considered a candidate if he were not a U.S. citizen.
Everybody wanted to turn into detectives. Everybody wanted to know. They was like, where is he from? Is he a legitimate citizen?
Where the birth certificate?
Yeah, where the birth certificate? Then they tried to make him a Muslim. And then they tried to make him have a hidden terrorist agenda.
Right, just like, because of his middle name. A lot of us got some jacked up middle names too. That we
think about it. Yeah, y'all don't want that to come out in the open. But, while we on the subject of investigating, presidents, why y'all never investigated where Bush went to high school? Because he couldn't talk, first of all.
Did he get a GED?
He didn't know policy. He was an admitted crackhead. Did y'all know that? Y'all know our former president used to smoke crack? Used to sniff crack? Did you know that? But y'all let him run the country for 8 years and won't let this man run it for 4. Because you want to know where he came from. And it don't matter where we came from. It's where we going.
And it's not about like letting him run it. You know, a lot of people have things to say about certain things people do. I mean, but this guy, Obama, can't do nothing. Nothing. His wife can't even eat a dang hamburger in public without it being some uproar, just because she was pretty much like the spokesperson for child obesity and stuff like that. How you know it wasn't a veggie burger? How you know it wasn't a turkey burger? Like, you don't know what type of burger this lady was eating. Just leave the man alone.
You know, she might have, said no lettuce, no tomato. Some people
probably just, I mean, you can't eat meat just because, or hamburger.
You on a diet?
Just because you are against kids eating McDonald's and chicken nuggets every day, all day.
What was Bush's wife the spokeswoman for?
Could she speak? Have you ever heard her say something?
I don't know anything about her.
Where are his kids? Somewhere clubbing? Getting, what name, the club?
Yeah, getting messed up underage. Yeah, y'all never questioned him about whether he was a good father or not.
I mean, this dude couldn't even complete a sentence. But now that this black man, well, I'm not going to even refer to him as a black man because he's half black, half white. So just embrace that he's a mixed guy, regardless if he was all white, all black. I still believe that he's doing everything he said he would try to do. Everything it's not gonna change overnight. Just like everybody want to be natural all of a sudden and go natural. Your hair you're not gonna grow your perm out overnight. It's gonna take almost a year or 2.
You gotta go through that ugly phase.
Especially
what's going on with what is she doing?
Hair straight, you got a little new growth, boo. You need to do something better.
Right.
You know, it's not a change isn't something that can happen overnight. It's a process, and everybody that supported you in this change in the beginning, they're no longer behind him anymore. It's like we just voted for the man and threw him out in shark infested water with cuts on his wrist, waiting for him to be attacked.
It's like you trying to compare the man to Jesus. Y'all done left him out there to be strung up on the cross, nails in his hand, in his feet.
Well, they talked about Jesus, and they're going to talk about Obama. And like I said, he has done everything that what I liked about Obama. I know I get kind of off. I start something and I go on to something else. But Bush, if you listen to any of his debates, he wouldn't answer a question worth a flip. You don't know what he's talking about. He'll make up a word, honey. But Obama, he explains things in a way where he's not using, I'm not saying I don't understand, but a lot of young people don't understand politics. They don't understand what the debates are about. They don't understand what we're talking about in the presidential address or anything like that. So he'll come at you with that smart stuff, that Harvard talk, or where at Princeton, wherever he went to school. He come at you with that first, and then right behind that, he gonna explain it. For example,
right.
He gonna tell you what you want, what he's gonna try to do. Like I said, he's gonna try to do, how he plans on trying to do it, and what can we expect after if this is done. But what people don't understand, he's the president. He still have people on these certain boards and certain administrators that, they have to agree on what he say before we can go forward with it. It's not like, oh, well, end the war, everybody get free health care, everybody do this. This is stuff that has to be put into a bill. They have to approve the bill. People have to, everybody has to. Right, it's a process. It's not something he can just say, oh, well, we're going to do all this and then it's over with. Yeah.
Black women, you can't just throw a perm in your head. It'll burn your hair out.
It's a process. You got the part, put it right there, part again, then you got to go through the comb through.
And then you remember back in like the 90s, you used to have to like mix the neutralizer in with it.
What you mean, 90s?
Oh wait, you still got to do that?
Not unless you get one of them that's already mixed up, but those are a tad bit more expensive. So if you just want a little box perm, $4 or $5, something like that. I don't know. You know, sometimes times hard, you can't afford to go to the beautician. So you do have to still put the little stuff, the little clear stuff up in there with the perm.
Mix it in there with the
we talking about Obama though. He got good hair.
We're back. But you know what? While we talking about that, you know, a lot of black people, they heard what they wanted to hear from Obama. They might have watched TV, they watched him on the show, but all they heard was blah 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 stimulus, blah 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 welfare, blah 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 healthcare, blah 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 unemployment. Okay,
stuff like
that. Taxes. They heard what they wanted to hear without hearing the complete package. So when they got when he got in office, black people went back home, got on their couches, and waited for the first of the month to come back around so that they could get them checks.
Like, and
they just waiting. What can Obama do for us? It takes a village. We all have to come together. It's not over. For change to come about, you have to make it happen. We made change happen when we voted him in office. It's up to us to keep the change going by continuing to do stuff now. You can't just sit and just say, let's let the black president, because that's what people still call him, the black president. Right,
and that's the reason why I did not vote for him, because he was black. I honestly, I liked President Clinton, and I felt like his wife Hillary Clinton had way more experience. And I kind of was, like a little, I was just going in like, I'm gonna automatically look at her, because I feel like they've been through that 2 terms, and she was right there with him, and they know more about this type of stuff. And this Obama guy, I don't even know him, and I'm not just gonna vote for somebody just because they're black or whatever like that. But then when you start listening to him speak, it's like, this dude really knows what he's talking about. And it's not like he's sitting up there reading a teleprompter and going on and on. That's our little time. We have a time limit.
We gonna snooze on that right now. So, this is part 1 of our show. The first episode of the show where we talking about Obama. Leave Obama alone. So when we come back in part 2, we're going to talk about some more issues affecting the president, his presidency, and what we need to do as a people to move forward. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I'll holler.
Oh.
We
don't have a cameraman yet. Yeah. So, hey, job opening, cameraman, we can afford to at least pay you.
A nice
you'll be handsomely, you'll be handsomely rewarded. You never know. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe we'll make it big. We'll put you on like Oprah did for all her friends, or whatever. But we'll be right back.